The world was groaning. The very essence of nature was spiraling out of control. Winter storms, once predictable and seasonal, were now raging with unprecedented fury. Blizzards roared across the lands, accompanied by bone-chilling wails that echoed the torment of the natural forces. Lex, along with his steadfast companions, felt the immediate consequences of their actions. The destruction of the artifact had unleashed chaos, and now the ice monsters, no longer held back by its magic, were rampaging across the countryside, leaving destruction in their wake. The weight of responsibility pressed heavily upon Lex's shoulders. The safety of his people, the balance of nature, the fate of the entire world now rested precariously in the choices he would make. But the most formidable threat emerged from an unexpected source. The Ice Wolf King, whose power had been waning since his banishment from the Shadowlands, was making a comeback. His icy minions heralded his return, sending shivers down the spines of those who dared to defy him. In a dramatic confrontation, the Ice Wolf King confronted Lex, extending an offer that shook him to his core. "Join me," he boomed, his voice echoing with otherworldly power. "And I promise your lands will remain safe, and you will rule alongside me." Lex could hardly believe his ears. The very tyrant he and his companions had fought so valiantly to banish was now offering him a place at his side. As the Ice Wolf King continued speaking, his words weaving a tapestry of power and temptation, Lex felt a whirlwind of emotions: betrayal, disbelief, anger, and finally defiance. "Never," Lex spat, his voice echoing with conviction. "You have unleashed chaos upon our world. You will face the consequences." The Ice Wolf King's eyes flashed with icy fire. "So be it," he roared, his voice shaking the very foundations of the world. "If you refuse to join me, then I shall have no choice but to destroy you." With a final, chilling glare, he vanished, leaving behind an echoing threat that promised retribution. But the Ice Wolf King had a secret weapon, a cunning plan that threatened to plunge the world into eternal winter. As he rallied his forces, he revealed his sinister scheme. The artifact that Lex and his team had destroyed wasn't the only source of power in existence. There were others, scattered across the land, untouched and waiting to be claimed. And the Ice Wolf King intended to find them, exploit their power, and restore his fallen kingdom. Not only that, but he would seize all lands, plunging the world into eternal winter. With each passing moment, the stakes escalated. Lex knew that he couldn't defeat the Ice Wolf King with brute force alone. He needed something more, a way to tip the scales in their favor. His gaze fell upon the ancient map once belonging to Morak, the wise old wizard. Could there be something on this map that could help them? As they gathered around the map, poring over its cryptic markings, they realized that their enemy wasn't just the Ice Wolf King, it was also the forces he had unleashed. The very fabric of nature was at risk, and they had to act fast. The threat loomed ever closer, casting a long shadow over their world. Lex, still grappling with the voices that haunted him from his experience in the ice labyrinth, found himself torn between despair and determination. Doubts gnawed at him, whispering in his ear that he was unfit to lead, that he didn't have what it takes to save his people. But as he looked around at his companions, at the unwavering faith in their eyes, he knew he couldn't give up. He had to find a way to unite the different nations to convince them to join his cause. And so Lex embarked on a perilous journey, venturing into uncharted lands in search of artifacts that could help them fight back against the encroaching darkness. Each step he took, each challenge he faced, was a testament to his courage and determination. For Lex understood that the power they sought wasn't just magic or ancient relics, it was the unity of their people, the strength that lay in their bonds of friendship and love. Meanwhile, the Ice Wolf King, sensing Lex's quest, prepared his army for the coming battle, believing that Lex would come to him, not as an enemy, but as an ally. But little did he know that Lex's spirit was forged in the fires of adversity, tempered by the countless challenges he had overcome. The hero within him burned brighter than ever before, ready to face any trial, conquer any obstacle to protect his world. As the final confrontation approached, the world held its breath, bracing for the epic showdown between good and evil. On one side stood Lex and his companions, united and resolute. On the other, the Ice Wolf King, cloaked in the power of winter, ready to claim dominion over all. But in this tale of bravery and resilience, it's not just about who will win. It's about the courage to stand up against tyranny, the power of friendship, and the indomitable spirit of a hero who refuses to give up in the face of adversity.